Okay. Okay, I want to say hello again everybody, it's only me, Wilshire Richard. I'm going to show you a couple of simple moves here, okay, very simple techniques that you can do, okay, martial arts wise. And these techniques you'll find in various systems of martial arts, including Wing Chun, including boxing, various forms of Kung Fu, okay, things like that, okay, karate. You can find these kind of blocking tactics in all kinds of arts. It might be something like Krav Maga. It's basically just basic ways to cover up your body and block with some counter attacks. They might not always work and you might have to adapt them and be more fluid, and that's why this specific video is not really intended to be driven towards like one style, okay, like as in Wing Chun exactly, or for example like that. Okay, a few techniques for you. For any strikes, okay, anyone coming towards you, hold on, if anyone comes towards you straight, as in if someone wants to push you with either hand or two hands, someone coming at you straight to punch you in the face or push you or your body, you can always cover with your hands like this, okay? So you can palm it in, parry that in. So when somebody's coming, you can parry their hand to the side and you can hit them in the gut with any kind of punch. This to the face is the same thing. If someone comes to hit me in the face, I can block it, strike him in the face. I can even palm to the face too when I'm doing that, okay? Other things you can also do, when you're parrying the attack, is you can step slightly to the side if you wish to. You can even come in with an elbow strike to the body there or to the face when you're doing that, okay? You could go up as well. So anything, when the attack's coming towards you, you're basically parrying their arm to the side, and you can step if you wish to too. Obviously, with the attack coming straight through, as it misses you, passing on the side, and you're doing that, you could even knee or kick if it was a longer range, going straight in. So they're open to the attack as they're coming in, and their hand slips past you. Another counter you can do is an outer block, using a similar method, and what that basically does, I'll give you one in this video. I mean, there's so many different ways you can block, but with using your hands, your wrists, certain grabs, certain arm blocks. But for a basic one, very simple, is using your hand, simply, right? You can open your hand out like this, just opening out, and you block with the edge part of your wrist here, or the knife edge of the hand here, coming out. So when they're coming towards me, rather than blocking that punch either in or with my palm there, I can come out this way, bam, and I can still hit them there. I could grab the arm if I wish to, and hit them in the gut. Punches to do that with this hand. So block and hit at the same time. I can also elbow or strike to the head as I'm doing that, to the head also. The other side is the same thing. I can step also if I wish to, block out, strike or to the gut or to the head as I'm doing it. I can also come in straight, so different techniques, but you want to get that rounded motion as you're stepping around, so as you're parrying around, so either this way or that way. So they're just two different kinds of blocks you can do. So if you're using your hands, you either block in or you block out that way. There's just some simple techniques there. There's many different ways you can block, as I say. I'm not going to go too deep. Now, another one I'm going to show you, okay, is this. It's about, again, very important point before we move on. That first block I just showed you, where we block in, parry into the side, not the out one, but the inner one here. So admitted also your face. That one, okay. You can also go down and block down. So when someone's hitting my body, not my face, but if someone's going to hit my body low, I can also parry that down, block down with my hand, and hit them up in the head like this or here. I can even palm them too. So I can parry it to the side and hit in, or I can, for the face, let's say, and for a body shot, if they're hitting my body, I can go here, or I can block it down and hit to the head or here. Same thing, an elbow can come in also. If I can hit with an elbow if I wish to, I can parry and go in. But as I say, if they come in, if you want to go out, you can block out this way. You can even practice doing motions like this, keeping this hand as a backhand here. Bam, and this hand can just strike, okay? It can be an elbow too. I could grab the arm, hit them, pull them into an elbow. You see, I might block down, elbow here, so you're working the palms and the elbows and whatever you can. Another quick technique, is if someone's hitting me high to my head, if something's just coming at my head, it might be a straight punch or it might be a swinging hook type punch or whatever. But most important thing is you want to cover. So putting your hand up as a basic guard. In karate for example, if someone's coming to high and hit you to the head, you usually block up like this, right? You do a very high exaggerated block. But I'm just giving you a natural one. It's always good to keep both hands up as a guard, but bringing your hand up like this, don't cover your vision, but go up there and cover. Just like those twisting out. You can do it with a fist, holding a fist if you wish to, or an open hand. It's a different kind of strength, but you must have some power. Relax your shoulders, but get some power. Bringing your hands up to cover. If they're going to hit me in the head, I can block up here. I can step to the side slightly too. It doesn't matter if I want to arch it out. So it's similar to the outer motion here, where we're just covering up here. So we're using all this arm here to block. It doesn't matter if it's closer to here or here. If you raise your hands too high, this is going to be open to low attacks, don't forget. So keep your guard tight, cover up like that. You might want to do two, but if they're going to hit your body and you must be ready to come back close again. Maybe you'd use your elbows to protect your body, let's say, for example. So something's coming up to my face, I don't see what it is. It's always good to have my hands up ready. Like I might want to parry an attack there, parry. I might want to open up. I might want to do a higher one here. I might want to move my body out as I'm doing that, see? So the most important thing is you cover. You see what I'm trying to say? But remember to counter strike as you do it too. So if he's hitting me up to my head here and I block high, this one can strike him in the gut. But don't, but make it simultaneous if you can. Block up and strike. Bam! Or block in his palm there, or elbow, see? And come back and cover here. So these kind of motions where I'm covering, these are basics, okay? Okay, I'll show you one more, and I think that'll be a bit too much, that'll be enough, because I don't want to give you too much in this simple video, in this secret little location here, on this staircase. Okay, another one I'll show you then is a very simple one, okay, very, very simple one. It's a self-defense tactic. If someone comes in and steps into you and they start to hold onto your t-shirt, okay, or they start to hold onto your body, or they're going to push you, let's say, they're going to push you with some motion like that, you can grab their hand. And there's lots of different techniques you can do, like wrist locks and stuff, but I'm not going to confuse you and start telling you to play with someone's wrist, especially if you don't have the confidence or the power, and they start headbutting you or hitting you or whatever, and those locks don't always work. So if someone comes at you and wants to push you in your body with either one hand or two hands, maybe they've already clung on, holding on to you, and, that's okay. If you can step back. That means when they push, they will lean forward. Let's say, for example, if I go to grab your jumper or your t-shirt, I push you. If you take a step back, I'm going to fall through it, simply. So basically, it's just a case of holding the hand. If you feel that they're coming in, okay, they're pushing back, or that they're coming in. If you feel their arms more extended, you step back as you go. If you can walk back, create the distance. But keep your other hand aware that you can protect against the other hand. Because you can do it with either hand, but the most important thing is, if you're holding that hand, this hand's going to guard against the other hand. If you hold the guy's hand to you, what you're doing also, if you can, I'm saying, they might pull it back quickly, but if you're holding their hand to you, you've got to remember, that's good because you're controlling it, they won't be able to get away, but the thing is, the other hand can still hit you, or they may try to headbutt you. So if they're pushing you, let's say, and you step back, they might fall forward. You may be able to knee them in the groin and give a low kick. But, so what I'm trying to say is, you use one hand though, is the most important thing. Okay? Hold that, and then the other hand can guard and protect, or strike. You see what I'm trying to strike first. Get it in, get that shot in. And as you go in, regardless of how much the strike does, remember that your hands are close to protect also your face and that. And even if he pulls his hand away, make sure you've got that guard ready again. Your hands ready to protect. Okay, and the strikes come in as they do. Another thing also is, if he starts to pull his hand back, don't try and wrestle with him. Let him go if you need to, bring your guard back. You might want to smother him, come straight in and start flurrying him, punching, but you've got to make sure you have that guard. So just self-defense. And another thing I want to tell you also, very importantly, okay, is look out for the feet. Don't let them trip you up, or don't let them catch you with a groin shot or a gut shot. Make sure you're able to get a good base and turn. Also, let's say if someone comes to push me here, I might want to just turn and absorb that in. I might want to just, step. I might grab the wrist and I might step to the side. That's when you see a lot of like these flashy arm locks and wrist locks people do, especially with the police as well, army and things like that. But what I'm trying to say is that if someone's trying to push you there, you don't need to really wrestle with it. It's just a case of basically stepping and creating the distance. You might hold that in palm, but you want to make sure you can guard against the other arm or the guy headbutting you. That's very important, And when you like slam an elbow into the guy, he might block, but then your hand can also open out, don't forget. The same as if you strike him with let's say a chop or a back fist, he might grab that or block that. You can still force your elbow in. So you must be very flexible with how you move, how you step and turn to the side and move. See, all very mechanically, but very naturally. These are just some basics. Let's quickly review those techniques. 4 techniques, okay? The first technique is someone comes to hit you straight on, and you block it with your palm. You parry their strike to the side, and when you do that, you simultaneously strike through. You can move slightly and strike through, okay, to the head or the body. Any kind of strike, elbow, palm, fist. The other one is an outer block, going in the same direction here, blocking out, and then striking to the open areas, maybe their gut or their head. Bam, bam. So you're blocking and striking. From the other side, it's the same thing there. 1, 2. Okay? So the first one is just parrying in. This is for a straight shot. You parry that, strike through the middle towards their gut or their face. The other one is you're blocking outwardly, the knife edge here, here and here, and you're hitting to the side, outside areas to the person's body or head. Elbows can be done too. The other one I said to you just now, was the high block, okay? So, which is like just covering up high, so bringing it up high, not exaggerating so much, but just bringing it up high there, or slightly on the angle there on the side, slightly, but it's a higher one, protecting the high area with your whole arm here, and you can step to the side there, just like a triangular angle there, so it can slip off. Don't keep it straight. There was actually another technique, a 5th technique, right, which was the one I said to the body. If someone's striking towards your body, you can also block down and hit him. This will also work if someone's coming at you, any kind of grab towards your body. You could step back as you do, but if they grab on, that's when you have to think about different techniques. So blocking down though and striking to the head. You see in here to palming him, whatever it's going to be, okay? Elbows always in when you can. You might need to move them out sometimes, but bring him back in for a guard. Blocking down, striking. You can do it on the side, so you can turn there, strike, see, or down and strike. Just like Tiger, Kung Fu, for example, you do that, block and strike, see? And the last one, of course, is if someone grabs you, you can always step back if they're pushing in, and that'll create distance if they're like trying to reach out, let's say. You want them to give a low groin strike, grab their hand here, quickly hit them back, hold their hand so they can't get away, do that, strike back. And especially though, when you do that, don't go with 2 hands and try and wrestle with them. Just do it quickly, hold on, go with the flow wherever they're going. If you can turn away, do that to divert them so they're off balance if you can. But if you can control that hand onto you, do it, but make sure that the other hand doesn't hit you. Make sure you've got a guard there. And the most important thing is you've got good guards to parry with all these basics we've talked about. So when you get better, in the beginning, do like practice every day, like 1, 2, 3, 4, just by yourself, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then when you get better, you can just mix them up, like low, high, low, low, high, side, side, high, high, also those high, so I'm saying down, down. Then you can mix them up with strikes, such as parry and strike, block and strike, see? Back here, up and strike, see, or up and palm. See, coming back in again here, and moving your steps, stepping back, coming in forward, then working your basic punches, going in for the punches. Don't forget to work those punches. If you've got a bag or something you can train on for your solid shots, I train on walls and stuff myself, gradually, not going crazy, but lightly and gradually, strengthening the hands. But you don't have to do that. Be careful. You can train on a sandbag or something. Bag or something, and work your strike, because when you block, you've really got to block, and when you strike, you've really got to strike, okay? and do it simultaneously and fluidly. And people say that all this mechanical stuff doesn't work, but that's because they don't understand that you're not doing it mechanically and robotically. You train a certain way, but then when you understand the lines of it, like, you know, it's like a train on the track space. It's like learning to ride a bicycle with stabilizer wheels in the beginning, right? For example, like kids or whoever, you know, and then it's like later on you can be natural and you can flow it any way you want. So if someone comes to hit me on the side, I'm going to raise my arm naturally. I'm not going to do it like, I'm going to block up. It's going to be a natural reaction, see? I might even just parry by my face there. I might not be on the front. If someone comes to hit me here, I'm moving and strike them low in the gut or do a back fist, see? Because I know how to work the lines, the high, the low, the areas, body, face, and then here the outside. We call this the outside and this the inside, as I said. Okay, so I'm going to finish this video here. Thanks for watching. Train hard and stay safe and practice hard. Thank you. More videos to come. Yeah.